Nina Stager is the Assistant Executive Director with DO, the South Carolina Department of Employment and Workforce. And we're very excited about the plan that has been presented today, the strategic plan. But Nina, if you would just kind of go back, and how did it all come to be?
Yeah, so we've been working with the Southern Carolina Alliance for many years now. And the issue that was presented to us is that the Alliance is very focused on bringing industry to this 7-county region. And industry requires a robust and highly skilled workforce. And being able to create that requires a variety of partners in the education, workforce development, and social services space to come together to make sure that individuals, whether it is the emerging workforce or existing workers who are looking for new opportunities, have the right mix of resources and services that they need to gain the skills that industry is requiring, as well as to help remove or mitigate any of the obstacles that they're facing that makes it difficult for them to get to work. So last June, about a year ago to the day, we had the opportunity to present to Danny and Kathy a sort of strategic roadmap for how the Department of Employment and Workforce could partner with the Southern Carolina Alliance to help form a workforce development collaborative that is focused on building a manufacturing workforce development plan and helping this region to implement that plan. And so
let me stop you a second.
Sure.
Is this the first regional plan that has been put together that coincides with the state plan?
It is the first of its kind. Yes, it is the first of its kind. And so the state plan, the unified state plan, really serves as a great roadmap for how the state is going to achieve its mission of creating a highly accessible workforce development system. And so it outlines 3 specific focus areas around awareness, skills, and obstacles. And we've aligned this regional plan to that unified state plan to help get all of these partners and programs moving in the same direction.
So today is really a celebration.
It is a celebration, yes.
But the plan is, again, being rolled out, but then now the real work begins.
Right, yes.
In the committees.
In the committees.
So what is it? What are your expectations from DO?
Yeah. So one of the things I want to highlight, you mentioned a success. I am absolutely impressed with the turnout for today. I've not, counted the number of folks, but we've got a great mix of partners here. I know that you've talked to some of them already, but to have this many people still committed. So we came together in August in the same location to actually start this planning process. We met over the winter and into the spring to really hone in on what the tactics and the metrics would be, how we're going to measure success. And to have this many people come today to see the unveiling of the plan really demonstrates that we've got something important going on here and that we've got a great group of partners that are willing to be a part of it. But yes, you're right. We have organized the plan around those 3 focus areas into committees. And right now they're in there looking at sort of the first year tactics and beginning to take those tactics and break them down over 4 quarters so that it's not an overwhelming assignment. That we're able to sort of build a success history by accomplishing things quarter by quarter, and then be able to come back to this full collaborative and report to them all the wonderful work that's happened.
So I know each committee will be meeting on a monthly basis. Well, then how will the full group come back together?
Yeah, we envision bringing the full collaborative together more on a quarterly or a biannual basis. So the bulk of the work will happen in those monthly committee meetings, but we will continue to engage the collaborative again on either a quarterly or a biannual basis, just to make sure that we're able to bring everyone back together, report the outcomes, and continue the investment of time and the momentum that we're getting today.
So how will you measure success?
So we have identified several metrics in the plan, and we will use those metrics, which the committees will report out on, and we'll use those metrics to gauge whether we're moving the needle. Ultimately, it's really going to come back to what we're hearing from industry. If industry's telling us right now, these are the skills that we're looking for, these are the positions that we're hiring for, and these are the openings that we have, a great measure of success is going to be, are we able to continue recruiting industry to this region? are we able to meet their workforce needs? And are they being matched with employees that have the right mix of skills that they need?
Brantley Strickland is the executive director of the Colleton County Economic Alliance. Actually was at SCA for over 6 years, and now you're home in Walterboro.
Yeah, excited to be with y'all today, and glad to be back home.
So what is the role going to be for Colleton County in this effort, do you think?
Well, so I heard a lot in there about the two big C's, so coordination and collaboration, and Colleton County wants to do its part. The exciting thing for me with this plan, to see it rolled out today, has been a lot of elements that you see, you know, on the action items and on the strategy side are things that we've literally been talking about, you know, since I got into economic development over 10 years ago. So just exciting to see it all captured on paper, and then also, you know, having some action items and steps towards achieving those goals.
So there's awareness, there's skills, and there were some obstacles. Anything that really stood out for Colleton County, Brantley?
Well, you know, the unique thing about Colleton County is we have a commuting workforce. You know, we have 10,400 people a day that are leaving our county for employment opportunities elsewhere. I used to be one of those until about 7 weeks ago. Yeah. But, you know, we're trying to create more opportunities and create better opportunities for our citizens. And, you know, as you work with these professional site consultants, the thing that comes to the top of the list all the time is workforce. And if you're in economic development and you're not in workforce, you're not going to be very successful. You know, you can't exist in a vacuum and just expect that you're going to recruit projects if you don't have that coordination and collaboration with your schools, your various partners at DO, the Department of Commerce, right. All the resources that we have in our toolkit.